All right, so last standard deck of the day. We are going to kind of an oldie but a goodie. This was a deck that was running around last season a whole bunch. Doesn't really have any upgrades for this season. I've got a couple of Libations in the sideboard and then a Temple of Malice, but otherwise basically ELD standard. So Red Black Knights here with some other non-Knight good cards. Some Rotting Regisaur, some Embercleave, some Gutterbones to provide some consistent pressure. Let's go ahead and dive on into some matches here and see how this goes. My gut says this deck's probably worse than Mono Red, and that's why people have given it up, but it could just be that people were bored and wanted to try other things too. Yeah, a lot of the last week tonight stuff is topical even years later too. So if you haven't seen them before and you want to do a rollback into a lot of different good high quality content that's news related, definitely recommend their stuff. This seems fine, right? No one drop, but Paragon into Swordshoe. All right, out of the frying pan into the fryer, as they say. Frozen 2 just got, is it on Disney Plus, Mail Branch? My 6-year-old has been asking for the new Frozen for a while now. Well, my plan of keeping a kind of medium hand and drawing spells. Well, it's not on Plus yet. What's the point of Plus then? I thought that was supposed to be the point, so you could watch stuff like that when it came out. Because money sounds right. Sounds right. Oh, man. Stormfist Crusader, not particularly stellar here in the aggro matchup. I believe we've died. All right, I have a new strategy for the second game. I'm gonna attempt to draw spells. There should probably be some Redcap Melees in this sideboard, huh? Should probably be some Redcap Melees in the board. I think so. Noxious Grasp is a card I feel like is less good as time's gone on. Even against the green decks, you generally want to exile like their Cavaliers and stuff. The Sand's obviously much better than the one we just kept. Tradesies. It's a good trade on the opponent's part, I think. On the draw, they just want to trade early, trade often. Now, I assume my deck heard my call from the last game, and we're just never going to draw land this time through. It should be like, yeah, you want spells, Jeff. I think planning to draw Spear is the wrong game plan against blue-white. I think that's really not the axis you want to fight that matchup on. think we just let this happen and then Murderous Rider, the Hardened, and the Forge here. Do I have a deck of the day? Yeah, the Sultai Rampage deck was very good. The last game of the last match was kind of sad and frustrating, but the set overall was quite stellar. If I attack with all of these, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I don't have lethal, which is awkward. If they block Paragon, I play Paragon and eat their trade with their Thane, which is nice. If they don't block, I'm just going to gain 3 here because I can't kill them anyways because I'm 1 short. And then hopefully at 12 with 1 blocker, I'm not dead here and we can kill them next turn. Scale of 1 to cleave, where are we at here? Actually, I guess I can't beat cleave anyway, so I should block the Steam Cannon because it technically has 2 more points of power, right? Winter is here, chat. Winter is here. Alright, let's get some Redcap Melees on the board. There's been a lot of red aggro running around. We need a snow globe with the word combo inside of it. That could be okay. I almost said, wait, I forgot to board this out. This is a different match. And by different match, I mean it's the same one on repeat. Feels mono red, man. Feels mono red. Groundhog Standard. PCV, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. I feel like I kind of got monkey's pawed in this format because, like, we complained about Simic Ramp a lot at the start of the format, but I think I preferred playing against Ramp to playing against mono red and blue white. Yeah, it's been just like a constant stream of mono red and blue white. Okay. We can maybe head to Cleveland next turn and be okay. Pawaka, thank you for the 10 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Alright, I probably deserve that. I probably deserve that. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, I agree with that coin flip. I don't think the blue-white deck is, like, busted on power level. It's just tedious. Very, very similar to Nexus. At least sometimes they have the decency to Dream Trawler you. I have to block here. And then they Embercleave and we lose. So I can no longer. Oh, I could draw Bonecrusher, right? I draw a removal spell for this, we win. Got really punished for discarding the Rider and trying to sword. Okay, I mean, all things considered, that was one of the better non-lethal draws in our deck, right? Yeah, I agree, Ziller. The reason why blue-white's especially exhausting is because it's very adjacent to a prison strategy. Okay, well, we've got them under the abyss. Don't mind me, just chugging along. You know what's really good against the abyss, chat? A card that makes blockers. Regisaur is keyword big. It's rather large. Large adjacent. Oh, they don't block. Yeah, good call. It's exciting. If we drew an untapped land there, we would have been lethal. Just trying to hold on here. We're dead to a shock or a Bonecrusher now. So they can attack with everything, pump, and then we go to 2, and then we die. They have the old Castle Embereth up here. We're dead because they had Castle, so they get to put that sword on something, and then they activate Castle, and we take 8. Well, we have Redcap Melees. We did just adjust a little bit for this. Drill bits out. Stormfist Crusaders out. Click Submit. This hand, But this is a knight at least, right? I think I'm going to bottom that. I just want my best chance to hit this on curve, I think. We'll play this next turn and then probably just play this out as a 2-3 the following turn. Or we can Murderous Rider, or we can Swift End with it now. Perfect. I think I just go ahead and trade here. I just want to keep their board as small as possible. And this lets me gain 3 life, which is nice. We're like trading down in terms of mana efficiency, but keeping their board small makes their cleaves worse, which is ideal. How did the Clash deck go? I don't know which one you're referring to. Oh, was Clash deck the weird combo deck? The Rally? No, that was Rally. I don't know what Clash you're referring to. Thanks for the half a year, though, Solo. The Rally Breach deck was not good. It was not a good seed. Maybe this attack is too aggressive. Oh, the Rampage deck. The Rampage deck was sweet. I liked it a lot. We have a shock? Sure. This trades with this elegantly. Man, that's an easy block, right? It's like, they get an extra token here, but it's like not really a big deal. Standard deck, you recommend to climb up quickly to plat. Red aggro is good. If you're looking for something off the beaten path, any of the aggressive decks on my website are also good choices. White aggro is fun and a little bit different. Just click the standard decks button at the top of my page. I think I need to do this and just close the game out here. They do get to crack me for 10, but then I get to kill them on the backswing, right? Man, I'm glad the top of our deck was good here too. Otherwise, I definitely would be a little tilted right now. Yeah, Black Red Aristocrats is a good build as well. I agree with that. We're 1 point of damage short here. Can make this 8-10. Alright, well, we're going to get a third game here, in large part due to the fact that Redcap Melee was able to pull us through, huh? Can you imagine the tokens he made had Devotion Rite? Yeah, that would be a bit much. That card's already busted. Easy mulligan here with no second land. Yeah, this is actually pretty reasonable, right? We'll bottom that. We can go stomp into 3-drop. Okay. Let's just clear this right on out. And then next turn we get to go land Regisaur, and then the following turn we get to go land Night Regisaur. Things that don't kill Regisaur for 100. Big dumb dinos. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. I think I just no-sir this. So obviously they're offering the trade of this plus Lava Coil here. Timeouts do not stack up on you. So if you get sorted by 3 people, just the last timeout counts, basically. So you have 10 minutes from the final timeout. Maybe I'm supposed to smack them for 7 there. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to have been more aggressive. If I block with both of these, and they put Cleave on this, it kills both my dinos. It's kind of unreal. This card's just so good. Did they have Torbrand? Yeah, maybe if they already had Torbrand in play, the first striker was better. I don't know, like, we're just not gonna win through this card. Like, the number of games where, like, the opponent wins or loses post Torbrand sitting in play are just pretty few and far between. Really? Alright, so their leftovers must be really bad, huh? The problem with Embercleave is that it's just kind of hard to cast. Or with Bedevil, sorry. Like with the Nightlands, things can be awkward. This. Okay, so the rest of their hand is bad enough here that we might be able to pull this out. So it's an incredibly good top deck. We get an 8-point swing in here along with the second blocker. We can dodge an Embercleave for a bit. We can probably dodge a ball. All right, we have a game, as they say. Yeah, I feel like the opponent took way too defensive of a role this game. Feel like they misassessed their position, and we were able to capitalize because of it. Although, I just made a mistake there, and they don't have to block now, so obviously I should have attacked first. Well, they're chumping anyways, deal. So, I should have attacked to force them to chump, but the fact that they chumped there when they didn't have to is incredibly good for us. Made my mistake a non-issue. Wow, if they wouldn't have chumped, they would have destroyed us, huh? I guess this would have been a 10, but Cleave on, they would have traded, right? Yeah, I feel like they threw that away. His was the most human. Thank you for the brand new Prime Sport. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hooglandia. It's not bad. Needs to draw a third land. We get to go Gutterbones into Drillbit here on 2, ideally. Get a feel for Sacred Foundry, eh? Neat. Can you let me see your bits? Oh, yeah. Show me your bits, opponent. Show me the bits. I think I'm just gonna take the Worthy Knight. Maybe I'm supposed to take the Veteran, so that way they play Worthy Knight this turn, and then I take 1 less damage. Although I suppose this gives me the opportunity to just do this instead. And I think I ditch the land, and then we'll go land, second Regisaur, pass, and during my upkeep will Murderous Rider their lord. So we'll swift end this. So this puts them under the 1 Dino Abyss this turn. And then they're under the 2 Dino Abyss from here on out. Just have to, like, throw a creature in the way every turn. Alright, so do they have enough red creatures to bring in Redcap? Probably. This kills their Lord and it kills their 1-drop. They probably have a couple others as well. Legion's End seems stellar. I think Drillbit probably comes out here. I think I'd prefer to have more cards that play to the board. I might want Stormfist Crusader on the draw, but I feel like on the play especially it probably comes out. I don't know that they have enough targets for Epic Downfall. Maybe I leave a pair of Crusaders in. Are people giving out timeouts? Always, Panda. We live to please here. With their slow start, I think I'm just gonna Stormfist Crusader here. Like, the rest of my hand is, like, relatively cheap. So, good chance I'm able to, empty my hand faster than they are. Maybe I should have attacked with this, because if they double block, I get to Blacklance Paragon them. Yeah, I think I missed a couple of free points of damage there by not attacking with this. This is the part where we get cleaved, right? Wait, really? Deal. I think those cards do very different things, Dashweed. So, like, Cavalier is in my sideboard as additional top-end threat that's reasonable against opposing aggressive decks. Whereas, like, Rankle is a card that, like you said, is an evasive threat that pushes extra damage. So, like, generally speaking, you want your slots are slotted to do specific things. And I feel like that would be changing a slot that I have for the aggro matchup to do something for a matchup that's not the aggro matchup. You do not get Shillings while you're in a timeout, no. Maybe attacking into this was wrong because they had this to put a counter on. So we want to stack these so we draw before we discard. God, what is in their hand that they're just, like, pumping the brakes here, huh? Huh? Wow, I have a couple of good plays now? Do I just assume they're on blanks? Cavalier of Night's the conservative play, right? Are there any instant speed or flash creatures they could be playing? I feel like the answer is no, right? I think I probably just Cavalier sack the Gutterbones. And then just, like, smack them for 9. Are there any reasons to keep the Swamp over the tournament grounds? Okay, yeah. It's good to know. So they wanted to eat my Regisaur. If I would have Embercleaved, they would have died, right? So this is a weird card to bring in for the aggro mirror. It's not something I was thinking about or playing around. Hopefully we don't die here. That would be less than ideal. Again, want to draw before we discard. Just let them know what's coming. Just, like, bin that and just be like, well, you see, I discarded that one because I have another. Sure. My timing here has been super sloppy, mostly because we're in it doesn't matter territory. All well, we have solidified ourselves as superior Knights colors. Do you have to assign damage with Trample if the opponent already has lethal damage marked? Yeah, so the way Trample Double Strike works with Indestructible, if your opponent's thing is Indestructible, you only assign damage equal to their toughness once. Hey, Bog Stomper, welcome to a live one. Thanks for the quarter of your support there with Prime. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Hey, Rodzilla, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. No, I would not save in. So the way Trample and Indestructible works is you only have to assign what would be lethal damage. So if there's already lethal damage marked on it, you don't have to assign anything else. Show me your bits, opponent. Huh? 10 out of 10, just Murderous Rider, right? Is number 98 good enough? Probably. It's likely safe. As is often the case, it's not really certainties. Stumpy Arm Dino, getting ready to hold the sword. What do you think, Jay? We're having some discussion about this earlier. Does Regisaur hold Embercleave in its teeth or in its hands? What's the most effective use of the sword with the Dino? Easy teeth? It's been reasonable, Blad. I don't know that I would think this deck is still more consistent than, say, Mono Red, but it's got power behind it. All right, cast Splinter Twin. It wraps its tail around it. I like that, Squirtle Squad, working outside the box. Why sack the cat? 'Cause they were dead anyways. It didn't matter. I think this is a matchup I want Redcap in. Blacklance Paragon seems real medium. It trades with Cat. Murderous Rider seems kind of whatever, and so does this because when Oven's out, I don't get the adventure part of it anyways. Spawn of Mayhem seems good here for flying over / trampling over. Do I want Legion's End? Maybe I don't want Legion's End here. Leave a couple of Black Lances in just to keep my threat density up. Yeah, it's only 24 creatures. Yeah, Legion's End is kind of medium with Oven up. I think Downfall is good because it can take Mayhem Devil out. Mayhem Devil's a card that messes us up if it stays in play, so I want to be able to take that one out of the board. Shieldbreaker's a good thought. It's been a while since I played against Cat. Yeah, the 2 Black Lances I brought back in should be the Shieldbreakers for breaking Oven. It's a good call. Do I have any regrets or fears about the Shillionaire option? I don't know. We'll see how many people cash it in. I mean, worst case, I just cost myself some opportunity cost on, like, taking some deck submissions and it backs up the queue a little bit. It shouldn't be too bad. I'd be surprised if there's, like, more than, like, you know, 50 or 60 Shillionaires, people going for Shillionaire at any given point. Maybe those are famous last words. We'll see. There will also hopefully be some variation in when people obtain Shillionaire. So hopefully it won't be like, you know, if there's even, you know, 100 or 200 people working at it, hopefully it's just gonna be like, you know, 5 to 10 extra decks a month for a little bit at worst. Maybe I'm not supposed to attack with this. It gives them an easy way to sack the food. That might be a loose play on my part. On the bottom of that, I don't have any extra red mana. Yeah, and like even there, right? Like Branch has 243 and Acker has 163. So like, I'm assuming people are gonna acquire them at different rates, etc. Well, I mean, I reserve the right to reject whatever people send in. So like, I'm not just going to take anything just like with actual dollar submissions. Like, you better believe if I tell people sometimes, no, I'm not playing your deck for $50, I'm gonna tell people, no, that's garbage, I'm not playing that for your Shillionaire. So, it's still gonna have to be a reasonable deck submission. Alright, I think I do this and then just drill into their bits this turn. I mean, to be fair, if you have multiple accounts working on Shillionaire, that means you have multiple accounts probably subbed. Or if you don't have multiple accounts subbed, it's going to take forever for them to get there. Alright, well, I'm really glad I didn't just jam the Regisaur. Their hand leaves a bit to be desired, chat. That would be the ultimate power move. The old Shillionaire to the dealer's choice points. Just claim your title. If you look in the bot's help command, I don't know, I should like link that to a couple different commands. I have no idea. There's a command in the bot that links to the God's artwork. God art, there you go. That was close. Cleave ho! What an incredibly interesting and engaging game of Magic the Gathering. I would like to cast Splinter Twin. How does casting Splinter Twin sound? I hope everybody at home is staying warm during this combo winter. Having ourselves a grand old time. Climbing on up the ladder, cleaving through these opponents. Do-do-do-do. So it's not just a bunch of, I mean, I'm happy to play it in the constructed event instead of ranked no justice, but there is also no guarantee that like ranked or the constructed event won't be a bunch of mono red. But yeah, I can make a note of that. Oftentimes the constructed events are a little softer than the latter. What? Are they just like mono red splash thought erasure? They must be mono red splash thought erasure, right? They took my bits away, chat. I loved my bits. Another block 1-drop here is a great pickup, though. This is a new match, yep. Wow, that card is super rude. Poor little Knight of the Ebon Legion. It's certainly novel, Vonin. I don't know, I just enjoy the games of Magic that are about inches a little bit more than the games about miles. Like, occasionally having a sweep blowout is good, but when like every match is a blowout, it loses some of its appeal. I also think there's something incredibly satisfying about playing a really tight game against an aggressive deck where like every point of life total that you give or that you take matters. So if they have a sweeper here, I get to end step Paragon and then kill them. So they know they're still dead here. If they don't have something else. It's like if they don't have another way to interact with the board, this plus this kills them, and these are both face up. They could have Witch Figure, but if they don't have Witch Figure, the game is over. Yeah, exactly, Violet Journey. Like, when Esper Amulet was the Nexus of Fate deck, it was like, oh, this is neat. But then, like, when Blue-Green Nexus was the deck, you were like, can we please be done with this, please? I think our main deck's actually set up pretty well for the control matchup here. I'm just gonna slide out these Murderous Riders and slide on in these Spawn of Mayhems. Hey, Aramono, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate you shipping that this way this month. Thanks for keeping me around. I just played you. I was the Junsack deck, and apparently I only had lands. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. When I drilled your bits in the second game, I was like, oh, well, that's unfortunate for them. Hey, Patron. Thanks for 11 months. Good luck in the rest of your ladder today, Armuno. And Mr. Erickson. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way. Happy Monday, folks. Catching us at the tail end of the stream. Probably, we got another match or two here with this one before we're done for the day. Excellent start. 1-drop, 2-drop. I consider Cleave a combo because of feels. Because if you... Actually, it's not even just because of feels. Instead of me telling you why Cleave's a combo, what is your definition of a combo that excludes Cleave? Tell me what your definition of a combo is that you feel Cleave doesn't apply to that definition. Last time somebody asked this, I asked them to do that, and they couldn't give me a good definition. So what does your definition look like that you think Cleave should be excluded from? Is this a combo? I think that's the best way to approach it. I think I just do this. Give him the beatdown. They draw Kaya's Wrath? God, that's so brutal. At least we have 2/2 drops now. We got that going for us. This only exiles 3 or more. This only exiles 1 or less, and I'm stuck in the middle with you. Do. We are gonna lose our little Gutterbones here, though, unfortunately. Unfortunate.
Shuffling me off my
In general, I think the general distinction people make is that there are 2 specific cards that do well, so let's end the game together. I don't think the definition, I don't love that definition because twin combos with like 4 different creatures as an example. I feel like combos at MTG is a way to use cards and it wasn't intended to be used, like Splinter Twin, Exploited. See, I don't think that's true. I don't know that I agree with that definition. I think if you're defining it that way, you're defining it. So like, let me give you an example. Is show and tell not a combo then by your definition? Is that, because like, by your definition, you're saying, okay, so using a card in an unintended way, I think show and tell has one intended purpose, right? To put a giant thing into play. So like, is show and tell not a card that enables combos then? By your definition? I mean, you could make the argument with that definition, you could make the argument that like Splinter Twin isn't intended to be infinite, and that's the way Splinter Twin is used as a combo card. Well, that was a very good draw. All right, let's start by showing me your bits. Ooh, that was a good one. Running hot today, chat. And there's still 2 turns off of getting this back with this. Yeah. A combo is just 2 or more things that like have a big effect together. Slow and steady. All right, chat, I've reached a dilemma. Past Jeff was a little scattered about an hour ago, and he forgot to hit the start recording button when we started playing this deck, which I'll still be able to put it on YouTube by exporting it from Twitch, but I don't remember when exactly we started playing this deck now. So I don't have a clean cutoff point. Probably make this the last one. Nah, I think we've been going for about an hour. It feels like about an hour. I think it was like 3:30 or so when we stopped the last one. Past Jeff is the worst, chat. Just gets me into all sorts of trouble. What's the deck of the day? The Sultai Rampage deck was way better than I was expecting it to be. Had low expectations, was thoroughly exceeded. Huh? So I was just gonna drill their bits this turn, but I think Murderous Rider changes that dynamic. Because now I can kill this, and then if they don't chump with this, I get to get a counter on here. Yeah, we've cast Splinter Twin a couple of times today on Deceiver Exarch. Started about 7:47. Perfect. My internal clock is great because we've currently been live for 8:44, so we've been playing this for about 57 minutes, which means this is a good last match. Perfect. All right, Reggie's good guy. Get to drill some bits here. Play my Regisaur. Crunch. Actually, you know what? This is a mistake. I should leave one of these back so that way I just don't die by mistake. Because this definitely kills them next turn, right? Yeah, I should have left just both of these back, honestly, because I didn't need to deal damage to them here. Going off rather than by generating a fair advantage on board. So here's the thing though, Violet Journey, you've used another piece of jargon in your jargon. So like how, you know, now in order for your definition to work correctly, you need to have a note for me to, what does fair mean? How are you describing fair here? In what way is your deck fair versus someone else's not? It doesn't matter what you block, I have Splinter Twin. Cleave ho! Drill bits out, Stormfist Crusader out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Doom Blades and Cavalier of Night in. Ship it. How many THB cards are in this deck? One Temple. There's Libations in the sideboard, but yeah, this is basically a Theros standard deck. And like I said, I mentioned this earlier in the video, I'm not sure if this deck has been seeing less play because it's worse than the other decks, or if it's just been seeing less play in this format because people just wanted to try new things. Because like Mono Red's the one with the most direct comparisons, and even that plays a number of new cards in it, right? So it's a little bit more interesting than this deck that people already got to play with for an entire season. I agree too. I think there's a chance that people are mostly just bored and this archetype's probably still fine. So this is a cat that comes back, but their graveyard's currently empty, so might as well. I like stomping here, so this way when we draw the land, we get to just do this. And then if we get lucky and spike another land next turn, we can Splinter Twin them. Yeah, I think this is the type of deck that, like, I like ending the day with a deck like this because it's pretty straightforward, almost therapeutic in a way. But I definitely think, like, if I was playing Magic all day, this is not a deck I would be interested in. This is a deck that has what I would refer to as low in-game player agency. Your decisions that you make in each individual games tend to be low. And like a lot of the decisions that you make that matter are how you mulligan and then how you sideboard. It's a little unfortunate. I guess I get to play Murderous Rider out here, so it's not too big of a deal. Nice. This, pass. And then next turn we get to onto here and then cleave it. Cleave ho! So, do I cleave Gutterbones to kill Torbrand here? I almost feel like I'm supposed to, huh? If I gain 8 up to 9, they have 7, 11 damage on board. I think I'm supposed to kill their thing. I think my highest chance to lose this game involves letting them untap with this card. So they can escape their Phoenix here. Are they dead? No, I'm 1 short, right? I can't Legions and Annex. It costs 3. Legions is 2 or less. Yeah, when they block a stomp, it means I'm 1 short. Chat. We're probably still winning this game. We're probably still winning this game. But we are 1 short of Lethal Assert. Next turn, this makes our things attack. Then the following turn, we get our creature back if it's still alive. So if their play this turn is just put Phoenix into play, I can Cavalier, sack Gutterbones, kill my Murderous Rider. So this is lethal, right? Hey, KR Esselin, thank you for the entire year of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, if they have a piece of interaction here, they don't die this turn, but they're still in a terrible spot, right? Like, all right, I don't get to kill them, but like, they're at 1, and I have a Cavalier and an Embercleave. And that doesn't do anything. Yeah, when the enchantment leaves, you get your creature back. Get to end on a strong note here. The Cavalier out of the sideboard's been real good. I think cutting the second one of those was probably a mistake. Yeah, if we have 24 lands in this deck, so like, I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I feel like, 1, there hasn't been a lot of cat ovens. You could probably run them down anyways. I think I turned one of those into that, but the rest of this seemed pretty reasonable overall. I think I've got Aggro Knights up on the website, which didn't really need any cards from the set, but I'm probably going to swap it to this list from the 3-color list that we played. This seemed pretty reasonable overall. Couple of Cavaliers seemed good. Felt like we had a good mix of power and beating people down. At any rate, thanks everyone for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow morning about 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. As always, for those of you that aren't familiar, you can always find my schedule up here on my website. Not only does my schedule contain which days I'm going to be live, but approximately what I'm going to be playing when on those days. So you can see here every day this week, we're going to kick off with some Pioneer, and then we'll be doing on Magic Online a little bit of Arena immediately after. Tomorrow will be a shorter Standard stream, and then Wednesday I'll be doing some Historic into a ton of Standard again, and then Standard, Historic, and some Arena as well. At any rate, that's it for me. Have a good one. I'm going to hit one more ad roll on my way out the door for people who are non-subs that aren't ad blocking. It's a good way to support the stream. And I'll see most of y'all in the morning, hopefully. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, folks. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee.